out with the nose. We'll just slow and filter the breath a little bit. And then this morning, let's just make sure we focus on all three parts of the breath. How we go three-part breath. So it's this, and especially, and I chose this kind of little meditation because especially, in these times where anxiety seems to be a little bit high, this can help us kind of calm down and center. So with the eyes closed, take some deep inhalations. So like I said, noticing the three areas of the abdomen, the side ribs and the upper chest. So try to breathe into each of these areas in isolation. So let's breathe into the lower abdomen. So maybe hands come to where the belly button is. Taking a few rounds of breath here. And we'll move the hands up towards the side ribs area. So notice if you can feel your ribs and then start to take some deep inhalations into this area. Maybe noticing the ribs flaring apart a little bit here as you inhale and exhale. You can notice that side to side movement as the ribs separate as you take inhale. And then they come closer together on the exhale. And then we'll slide the hands to the upper chest. So the middle fingers might meet around where the sternum, the middle of the pelvis is. Taking a few rounds of breath into this area. Maybe noticing the up and down movement. And then when you're ready, you can just leave the hands to the upper knees. So when you're breathing into these three areas, think not only about inhaling air, but about inhaling prana, the cosmic energy. Picture this energy moving up the spinal column from the base of the spine to the top of your head and beyond. You can even picture a white light sending peace and healing to your mind and body. And then perhaps an intention arises for your practice this morning. And then let's begin by bringing the hands together at heart center. From here, when you're ready, you can float the eyes open. From here, let's interlace the fingers and turn the palms out. As you inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And then we'll exhale and bring the hands down. Cover the faces around the spine. Maybe rock back on the sit bones if it's available. As you inhale, lift the arms. Let's look up towards the hands. Arch the spine. On the exhale, bring the hands out in front of the face and around. Do more like that. Inhale, lifting. As you exhale, lower and round. Maybe tucking the chin to the chest. So inhale towards the hands. And then exhale lower. Just one more like that, lifting. All right, and then we're going to bend the elbows with the left elbow coming behind the head. We're going to take a side bend over to the right. So release your right hand down. Let's bend the left elbow. So the left hand's going to come behind the head or neck. As you inhale, look up towards your left elbow. On the exhale, bring that elbow down towards your right knee and round and twist. Inhale, lengthen out, maybe following the elbow at the knees this time. Exhale, elbow towards the right knee. One more inhaling up, maybe looking towards that elbow. Exhale, we're going to come up, and then this time straighten that left arm. Taking the side bend over to the right. Limit the gaze, just making sure you're not creating unnecessary tension here in the neck, and shoulder area. As you exhale, lower the top hand down. We're going to come into a twist towards the right side of the room. So press into both sits bones, get nice and tall. And then see if especially your exhale can help you twist your belly button a little bit more towards On the inhale breath, let's lift the right arm up heavy here. We're going to lean this left shoulder towards the left knee. As you exhale, lower the top hand in. We're going to inhale both hands overhead as we're taking off the t-shirt. And then hands are going to come behind as you inhale as the heart is engaged. Don't head back. Move to a little back bend here. And then lean back. Let's just across of the legs. We're going to come back to center. Take the opposite interlace of the hands. Turn the fingers, turn the palms out. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower and round your spine. 2 more with that. Inhale, lifting up. Keep following the hands to the gaze. Exhale as you lower. And then just one more lifting. And lowering. We're going to lift up. Bend the elbows to side. The right elbow comes behind the head. We're going to take our side bend over to the left this time. So let's release the left hand down. You're going to keep the right elbow bent so the right hand comes behind the head and neck. As you inhale, lift that elbow up towards the ceiling, maybe looking up towards the elbow. On the exhale, you're going to bring the elbow towards the left knee as you round and twist. Inhale, lengthen out, follow that elbow with your knees. 2 more like that. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale as you peel out. One more time. Inhale, lift up. And then we're going to straighten that right arm. Coming into a side bend towards the left. And then we're going to release that top hand down, coming into our twist now. So first pressing into both sits bones, getting nice and tall. And then seeing if that exhale allows you to twist your belly button a little bit more towards that left knee this time. Come on, round the breath here. We'll reach the left arm up by here, leaning the left shoulder towards that left knee this time. As you exhale, lower the top hand down. We're once again reach the arms overhead like we're taking off a t-shirt, but then this time we're going to bring them in front of us as we walk the hands a little bit forward to come into our forward fold. And then from here we'll roll over the legs to come onto our tabletop position. Let's extend one leg out behind us, and then the other. And then from here, you can begin to take a few rounds of cat and cow. So on the inhale, lifting the elbow, dropping the belly, offering touch forward and looking up as you exhale. Put that into the hands, at the tip of the chest, round the spine, look back towards the feet. So inhale as you lift the elbow, drop the belly, look up. Exhale as you round, as you press into the hands, looking into the chest. So inhale into your cow. Exhale as you flex your spine into your cat. Let's just do maybe like this. And then we'll add on. So in the next exhale breath, you're going to tuck your toes and bring the sits bones back towards the heels. On the inhale breath, let's point the toes as we allow the shoulders to go ahead of the wrist. So engaging the hands here. Keep the gaze down. Let's tuck the toes on the exhale. Inhale, point the toes as you come forward. And then from here, so keep going. And then see if you can separate your feet so that your sits bones are going to come in between your feet. This time we're going to keep the toes pointed and then maybe bring those sits bones a little bit back towards the mat behind you. So let's come forward and back. Forward and back. And then we'll stay here just for a few rounds. You can relax the forearms down to the mat and bring your forehead down. Coming into a child's pose variation. And let's come forward into our tabletop here. All right, and then from here, we're going to extend the right leg out behind us. On the inhale, lift the hip height. Let's come into a pointing dog. So reach your left arm up by the ear as the gaze is down. One breath here. Let's have some movements. You're going to take an inhale here. On the exhale, let's bend the elbow, bend the knee, round the back as we touch elbow to knee. Inhale as you lengthen the arm and leg. Two more like that. So exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, the arm forward, the leg back. One more time, elbow to knee. Inhale as you reach the arm and leg. Let's bring the arm down. We're going to step this right foot to the outside of that right hand. All right, so from here, we're going to take a twist towards the right. So you're going to lift your right arm up towards the ceiling. Maybe look up, let's say here. So maybe, so stacking the shoulders. Let's just maybe circle that right wrist in the opposite direction. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a flow. You're going to bring that right hand down so that it is inside of the right foot. And then press into both hands as you round your spine here, looking back towards your left foot. And then we're going to come into neutral spine. On the next inhale breath, lift that right arm up, look up. Exhale, lower the hand down. Take an inhale here. On the exhale, press into the hands, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Come back to neutral. And then we're going to reach that right arm up. Look up. Maybe reach it behind us this time. All right, let's bring the hand down. One more time as you exhale, press into the hands, round the spine here. From here, you're going to come back to neutral, and then you're going to step this right foot behind the left knee. Let's bring the toes of the left foot to the outside of that mat. And then we're once again going to stack the shoulders so we can, again, look up towards that right hand. And then let's reach the right arm up by the ear. Just get nice and long through your right side. You can play with the gaze. And then from here, let's circle the arm forward and down. We'll come back into our tabletop. This time, gently sway the hips from side to side. And then when you're ready, come back to neutral. So we'll do the other side, extending the left leg out. When you're ready, lift it tight. And then stay here or reach that right arm up by the ear. Stay here for another breath. Let it out. Take an inhale. On the exhale, point the toes, bend the knee, round the back, elbow to knee. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, one more time, reach. Exhale, round, elbow to knee. We're going to reach the arm forward, the leg behind, and then we're going to bring that right hand down and set the left foot to the outside or behind the left hand. So a wider kneeling lunge. And then from here, we're going to reach the left arm up, out to the side. So stacking the shoulders, maybe looking up towards that left hand, circling the wrist. When you're ready, you're going to bring that hand back down so that's to the inside of the left foot. As you exhale, press into the hands, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Come back to neutral, and then we're going to reach that left arm up. Bring the hand down. When you're ready, press into the hands around the spine. Inhale as you reach the arm out. One more time. Exhale. Hand comes down. Press into the hands around the spine. And we're inhale. The left arm up. Maybe reach it a little bit behind us if that's available. And then we'll bring the hand back down, so that it's to the inside of the foot. Let's set the toes of the right foot to the outside of the mat. Step the left foot behind the right knee. And then we're going to start to stack the shoulders once again. Stay here or reach that left arm forward up by the ear. And then we'll circle the hands forward and down, coming back to our tabletop position. From here, we'll make our way onto downward facing dog. You can walk the hands over the head of the shoulders, to lift the knees and hips, start to pedal out your feet. Walking your dog. And you're free to make any movement here that might feel good. If you want to kind of shimmy the hips, or maybe come forward into your plank, and then come back to down dog, anything at all here. When you're ready, start to walk your feet forward to the top of the mat. And then once your feet reach the top of the mat, start to ground down, rolling up through the spine, nice and slow. Maybe taking a couple of shoulder rolls once you arrive. And then let's make sure we are standing in Tadasana at the top of the mat. So look down, feet should be together or slightly apart. See if you can lift all 10 toes and maybe spread them out before you bring them back down. So feel that connection to the mat with your feet. And then from here, kind of the head is reaching up towards the ceiling, hands are down by your sides, and then your gaze is going to be soft and straight ahead. All right, let's do some sun salutations. As you inhale, reach the arms out and up, maybe looking up towards the palms. As you exhale, fold over the legs, hinging at the hips. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Let's go up halfway lift. As you exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise, arms reach overhead, bird Tadasana. And then we'll exhale, Tadasana. One more like that. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale as you fold over the legs. Inhale as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms overhead. And then we'll exhale, Tadasana. Let's move on to step backs. As you inhale, reach the arms overhead. And go ahead, Tadasana, upper hand salute. As you exhale, fold over the legs. This time on the inhale breath, step your right foot back, coming into that low lunge. And then we're going to step the left foot back to come to downward dog. As you inhale, come forward to plank. So going over the toes, bringing the shoulders over the wrists. So one nice long line here. On the exhale, let's bring the knees down, bend the elbows back to bring the chest between the toes. Nice and slowly. Press the tops of the feet against the mat. As you inhale, come up into your baby cobra. Exhale, and lower the chin down. Let's do two more like that. So keep the hands underneath the shoulders as you inhale. Lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower the chin down to the middle of the mat. One more time. As you inhale, come up, lifting the head and chest away from the rest of the body. So make sure you can lift your hands and maintain your back bend. Just bring the chin down. We'll press it back into downward facing dog. And then from here, we'll take a flow. So as you inhale, lift your right leg out behind you. As you exhale, put the toes bending around the back, bring that knee forward and up. As you inhale, lengthen the leg out behind you. This time, let's cross the knee over towards the left elbow, maybe touching the elbow. Inhale, lengthen it up. This time, the knee comes to the outside of the right shoulder or elbow. Inhale, lengthen. This time on the exhale, step that foot through in between the hands. You might lift that right palm to bring that foot there. And then let's bring that back knee down. All right, from here, we're going to come up into our kneeling lunge. All right, let's start to balance a little bit. So bring the arms to cactus. So elbows are going to be shoulder height and out to the side. And then from here, we're going to take a twist over to the right. So see if we can twist the upper body in 1 minute to come towards that right knee and then come back to center. We'll do that 2 more times. One more time, we're going to twist, and then this time we're going to hold. So see if you can start to straighten your arms, maybe looking over that right shoulder. Maybe bringing your left hand to that right knee. Stay here. Or maybe you tuck the toes of the back foot. Maybe you even lift it and reach for it with your right hand. Starting to balance. Let's release the foot. We're going to come back to face forward. Let's bring the hands to the hips, untuck the back toes, and then can we lift and hover this front foot a little bit? Starting to balance. Maybe arms coming out to the sides can help a little. And then we're going to set the foot so that it's a little bit of a wider stance in our kneeling lunge, so we can bring our hands once again to the inside of this right foot. And then let's start to just make some circles here. So start to bring the hips back towards the heel, back heel, and then bring them towards the left. Shoulders go ahead of you, and then come back. So 2 more circles, and they can be very small circles, or you can just go forward and back. One more time. And if you have blocks at home, you can always bring your blocks so that they're to the inside of this right. And then we'll switch the direction. And then come back to face forward. Let's turn your left foot so that's a little bit closer to the midline of the body. We're going to bring the hands to frame this front foot. So gaze is kind of forward and down. We're going to tuck the back toes and lift the back knee. When you're ready, step the back forward, fold over the legs. As you inhale, rise up, press through the feet, lift your arms up overhead. Well, exhale, Tadasana, and do the other side. So inhale, reach the arms out and up. As you exhale, fold over the legs. On the inhale, left foot steps back. And then when you're ready, step this front foot back to downward. As you inhale, come forward into plank. Once again, shoulders over the wrist. One nice long line. And then we'll bring the knees down, bend the elbows back, bring the chest down. All right, this time let's slide the hands back so that they're by our sides. Palms are facing down. As you inhale, lift the head and chest, lift the arms. Come into your half locust, Ardha Shavasana. Stay here or maybe lift the legs. And then again, we'll take a little flow like we did at the beginning. So we're going to bring the chin, everything down. And then we're going to inhale as you lift. Exhale. Palms can always stay down, so inhale and lift. One more time. We'll lift, just holding our Shavasana or locust for a couple rounds of breath. When you're ready, lower down. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders and press it back into downward dog. And then from here, we'll take that same flow. So as you inhale, lift the left leg this time. As you exhale, bend the knee, bring it forward and up. Inhale as you lengthen the leg out. This time, cross the knee over towards the right elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee comes to the outside of the left elbow. Sorry. Inhale, lengthen it out. This time we're going to step the foot through in between the hands. And then from here, we're going to bring the back down. Oh, the soles of the foot so that it's touching the left corner of the mat. So both hands can come to the inside of this foot. And then we'll start to take those circles. So start to straighten the legs, you bring the system back towards the heel. Then you're going to come towards the right as you bring the shoulders ahead of the wrist. And then back in to complete your circle. 2 more like that. So notice the difference between your 2 sides. You can always go forward and back as well. And let's switch the direction. Come back to our kneeling lunge. Let's go to this foot so it's a little bit closer to the midline of the body. So the hands are going to frame this foot. We're going to come up, starting to balance. We can bring the arms to cactus, and then we're going to twist over to the left this time. Come back to center. 2 more like that. So elbows are out to the sides of our shoulder height. Back to center. So we're moving the upper body as 1. Stay here, maybe straighten the arms, maybe look over that left shoulder. Maybe you tuck the toes of that right foot. Maybe you start to lift the foot, point the toes, maybe reach back for it with your left hand. And then release the foot, come back to face forward, hands up to the hips. When you're ready, start to lift that front foot, starting to balance here. If you can lift it for any amount, so maybe 2 or 3 consecutive seconds. And then we'll bring the foot down. Let's bring the hands to frame the front foot. Once again, gaze this forward and down. We're going to tuck the back toes, lift that back knee, and then step the back foot forward as before. Inhale, rise up, reach the arms up. Exhale, Tadasana. Once again, inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale as you fold over the legs. Inhale as you lift the chest away from the thighs. Exhale as you fold. This time, step the feet back into down dog. And then as always, you can stay or flow. So if you're going to flow, come forward to plank. And then you can always lower it down with the knees first. You can lower it in one piece or come halfway down to chaturanga. And then come up into your up dog. Or you can stick with baby cobra. And then let's press it back into child's pose. Come around the back here. One more breath in your child's pose. Make our way back into downward facing dog. And from here, we're going to inhale and reach the right leg out behind us. This time we're going to once again step it to the outside and behind the right hand. And then we're going to step the left foot behind the left hand. Toes are pointing away from one another. From here, see if you can sink your hips down in between your heels to come into yogi squat. You can keep the hands on in front of you. If you have a block or a blanket, you can always bring it underneath the sit bones. That might help. And if your heels are not coming down, you can try to maybe widen your stance a little bit. See if that helps. All right, and then from here, we're going to twist. So we're going to reach the right arm forward, and we're going to reach it up towards the ceiling. Let's keep following the hand with our gaze as we twist towards the right, looking back, and then we're going to inhale the arm up towards the ceiling and then forward. Let's do the left. So left arm reaches forward. We're going to reach it up. See if you can follow the hand with your gaze. Reach it back behind you as you twist. Inhale. Bring the arm up towards the ceiling and then forward. So hands are down in front of you. You're going to lift your sit bones and then toe your feet behind your hands. From here, let's roll up to the spine to come up. And then we'll step a little bit forward to come into Tadasana. From here, we'll inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale as you fold. So we'll move a little bit faster. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hand step or maybe jump back to chaturanga. And then you can stay or flow, coming forward to plank. Lowering down all the way or halfway. Coming up into your up dog or any of your other back bends that might work for you this morning. And then coming back into our downward facing dog. From here, we're going to lift the left leg out behind us and then step the hand behind the left hand, toes pointing out. So the left foot is stepping forward first. And then we're going to do the same thing with the right foot, step it to the outside and behind the right palm. And then once again, see if you can sink your hips. So we're going to repeat that twist we did. You can keep the hands down or maybe bring them to prayer this time. Thumbs can come to sternum, middle of the breastbone. And then if you're here, use your elbows to encourage your knees away from one another. And then we'll reach the left arm forward first. Inhale, reach it up and back. So we're twisting, looking back towards that left arm. Inhale, reach it up and then forward. Let's do the right. So right arm reaches, we're gonna lift it up. Reach it back, following the hands with our gaze, and then reach it up and forward. Hands come to prayer. From here, we'll bring the hands down to the mat. Lift the sit bones once again. Toe heel the feet behind the hands. And then let's roll up nicely. Make your way to the top of the mat. This time we're gonna come into Utkatasana or chair. So bending the knees, sinking the hips, and then once you're ready, reach the arms up by the ears. Maybe taking 3 rounds of breath here in your chair pose. One more. As you exhale, fold over both legs, hinging. As you inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. Once again, downward facing dog, staying or flowing. And you can change up your vinyasas. You don't have to stick with the same thing. You can start lowering down in one piece. Cobra or even Sphinx is a good back bend here. And then when you're ready, make your way back into downward facing dog. From here, once again, we'll lift the right leg up behind us. This time, on the exhale, step the foot through between the hands. Let's plant the left heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, open into warrior two. As you inhale, cover the hands up, bring your front foot, lift the back heel, step it back into down dog. And as always, stay or flow. Maybe coming forward, lowering down halfway or all the way. Coming up into your choice of back bend. And then coming back into downward facing dog. On your next inhale breath, lift your left leg out behind you. As you exhale, step the foot through between the hands, plant the right heel down. Inhale, press to the feet, rise up. Exhale, open up. Inhale, cartwheel the hands down. Bring your front foot, step it back into downward dog. Stay right here or flow through your vinyasa. This time, look ahead of the hands. When you're ready, step or maybe hop your feet forward in between your hands. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, come up halfway. As you exhale, fold a little. We'll inhale into chair pose. And then we'll stand up to Tadasana. Once again, bend the knees, sink the hips, reach the arms up. Utkatasana chair. Let's add a twist here. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center. You're going to twist over to the right. So bring your left elbow either to the outside or maybe to the inside of that right knee, in between the knees. And then see if you can start to press the palms together as you bring the chest a little bit more towards the right. Look down, make sure that left knee hasn't come too far or ahead of the right. And stay here, or maybe you reach that right arm up and the left arm down, stacking the shoulders here in our twist. And then we'll come back to center, hands come to prayer. Just like a twist to the left. So this time, the right elbow comes either in between the knees or to the outside of the left knee. And then we're going to twist the chest over towards the left. So maybe see if pressing into the palms can help you lift your chest a little bit. Watch that right knee. Bring the knees in line if you need to. Maybe straighten the arms out. And then we'll come back to center. As you exhale, fold over both legs. As you inhale, lifting your spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step or maybe jump back into chaturanga or down dog, staying or flowing. Coming back to down dog. This time I'll plant the left heel down first and then step that right foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. And then we'll open up into a warrior two. Flip your front palm as you inhale, reach back, reverse your warrior. And then on the inhale breath, bring the hands down to frame your front foot, step it back, downward facing dog. Stay or flow. And then when you're ready, plant your right heel down first, and then step that left foot forward in between the hands. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Open up, warrior two. That's that reverse warrior. Flip your front palm, inhale, reach back, reverse your warrior. And on your next inhale, breath, roll the hands down, frame your front foot. Let's step it back into down dog. Once again, staying or flowing. And then we'll take a little break. Coming into your back leg, and then coming back into a child's pose for a couple rounds of breath here. Let's come forward into our downward facing dog. And then once again, look forward of the hands. When you're ready, step or maybe hop your feet forward. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift. As you exhale, let's inhale into that Utkatasana chair. And we'll stand up into our Tadasana mountain. Once again, bend the knees and place your arms up to the ears. Bring the hands to prayer. We're going to take a twist over to the right. All right, so we're going to hold this time, keep your gaze down, and then when you're ready, start to lift your left heel. From here, you're going to start to lift your left foot, reach it back, start to straighten the leg, and then bring the toes down. We're going to once again press into the palm to twist a little bit more, maybe open the arms. And then come back through our twist. We're going to come up into a high lunge, reaching the arms up by the ears. Let's interlace the fingers above the head. We're going to turn the palms up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to start to straighten both like that. On the exhale breath, we're going to bend both knees, tapping the back knee down maybe. We're just lowering it, and then inhale as you straighten both legs. Let's do that a couple more times. Let's do one more tap. And then this time we're going to bring that back knee all the way down. Untuck the back toes. Bring your hands to the top of that right thigh. And then from here, we'll come into our Anjaneyasana. So we can maybe allow this knee to travel ahead of the ankle. Or you can stay right above the ankle. Stay here or reach the arms up by the ears. Stay here. Or maybe you hook the thumbs, reach back, come into a back bend. One more breath. Let's come back into our kneeling lunge. So we're going to come back into that twist. So hands can come to prayer. We're going to twist the chest over towards the right knee. Once again, maybe hooking the knee, the elbow to the outside of the knee. So let's start to press into the palms, just to maybe bring the chest a bit towards, and then stay here, or maybe reach your right arm back, maybe tuck the toes of the back foot, maybe you reach for that back foot, and then encourage it a little bit closer to that left thigh. When you're ready, go ahead and release the foot. We're going to come back into our kneeling lunge. And then from here, let's reach the arms up by the ears. We're going to tuck the back toes and then lift the back knee to come into our high lunge. From here, we'll step the back foot forward, into mountain. All right, when you're ready, bend the knees and we're going to move over to the side. Bend the knees. All right, let's bring the hands to prayer. We're going to take our twist over to the left this time. So when you're ready, start to lift your right heel. See if you can lift and hover that foot, maybe for 1 or 2 seconds. And then when you're ready, reach the foot out behind you, start to straighten the leg. And then bring those toes down. We're going to come into our twist. So press into the palms, stay here, or maybe straighten the arms. Bring the hands back to prayer. We're going to come up into our high lunge. Let's take the opposite interlace of the fingers, turn the palms out. As you inhale, straighten through both legs. Exhale, bend both knees, tap the back knee down. Inhale and straighten, come up. Exhale and tap. 3 more like that, inhaling up. Exhale to lower. Lift and lower. 1 more lift and lower. We're going to lift. And then this time lower all the way down. Untuck the back toes. Hands come to the top of the left knee or thigh this time. And then start to allow that knee to come ahead of the ankle. Again, the stretch for the top of that right leg. Stay here or reach the arms up by the ears. Stay here or take the opposite hook in the front. The opposite thumb in front as you hook the thumbs and then maybe reach back, coming into your back bend. 1 more breath here. We'll come back through our kneeling lunge. And then once again, let's come into our twist. So right elbow comes to the outside of that left knee. Stay here or tuck the back toes. Maybe reach with your left hand this time. Grab a hold of the right foot. 1 more breath here. Right, come back to face forward. Arms can reach up by the ears. When you're ready, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, come into your high lunge, and then from here, step the back foot in, coming into Tadasana. As you inhale, bend the knees and knees, reach the arms up, Utkatasana chair. As you exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale and lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back into down dog or chaturanga, staying or flowing. So once again, as you inhale, reach that right leg, right foot out behind you. As you exhale, step the foot through in between the hands. Let's keep that back heel spun up. We're going to come up into a high lunge. All right, so we're just going to kind of reverse what we did before. We bring the hands to pair. Now we're going to bring the chest forward. Hook that left elbow to the outside or on top of that right knee. All right, so then this time we're going to step forward in our twist. So start to bring your weight onto that front foot. See if you can nice and slowly lift that back foot, bring it to hover, and then place. Come back into your twist, and then come up into chair pose. All right, from here, as you exhale, fold over the legs. As you inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, down dog, staying or flowing. As you inhale, lift the left foot this time. And then as you exhale, set the foot through in between the hands. We're going to keep that right heel spun up. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. I'm sorry, high lunge. Okay. And then from here, hands come to prayer. Bring your chest forward and then hook your right elbow either to the outside or maybe on top of that left knee. All right, and then from here, we're coming into our twist, and then we're gonna slowly start to lift the back foot. Do it nice and slowly. See if you can bring the foot forward to a hover, and then place it down. Come back into your twist, and then come up into the chair pose. From here, go ahead and fold over the waist. Inhale as you lengthen this way. Exhale, plant the hands, step or maybe jump back down, dog or chaturanga, staying or flowing. And then once again, we're gonna gaze forward at the hands. We're gonna take a hop, but only to the middle of the mat. Maybe widen your stance. Come back into Malasana. Oh, yeah, these squats. Hands can come to prayer, or they can stay down. Stay here. Or once again, we can reach that right arm forward. Let's inhale, reach it up and back. And then reach it up and forward. Let's do the left. So left arm reaches forward and then up and back as we gaze back towards that left hand and then forward. All right, stay right here, or you can come into your crow pose by bringing the hands down in front of you, and then taking a little bend in the elbow, bringing your knees to the upper arms, and then start to maybe bring your weight a little bit forward as you lift one foot, and then maybe the other. Press into the hands. When you're ready, lower the feet. And then let's go ahead and lower the sit bones down. Let's bring the soles of the feet together in a Baddha Konasana or round angle pose. And then from here, we can have the hands on top of the knees and then just bring them down towards your feet as you bring your chest forward, coming into your forward fold. So take this opportunity to come back to your breath. Maybe close the eyes, notice how your body's feeling. And start to walk the hands back towards the hips to lift the torso. You're going to extend your left leg out long. Bend the right knee so the sole of that right foot comes to the inside of that left leg. Hands can come to prayer. Let's take a twist towards that bent knee side. So towards the right. So chest is twisting towards the right knee. Bring your left hand either to the top or in front of that knee. And then the right hand comes behind you. See if you can deepen your twist here. And let's keep that left hand where it is and reach the right arm up by the ear as we lean once again towards, lean that left elbow, shoulder, left shoulder towards that left knee. Coming into revolved head to knee pose, Parvrita Dhanurshasana. And then let's reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring it down by our right, by our right hip. We're going to lift the left arm up by the ear, coming up into this right knee shin. So here, maybe see if you can rotate the chest up towards the ceiling. And then when you're ready, bring your sit bones down. Let's switch the legs. When you're ready, take a twist over to the left. Couple rounds of breath here. So once again, notice if your exhale allows you to twist your belly button a little bit more towards that left knee. Maybe notice the difference between the twist we did at the very beginning of class and this one. And then from here, we'll reach that left arm up by the ear, leaning the right shoulder towards the right knee in our revolved head to knee pose. We'll reach that left hand up towards the ceiling, bring it down by our right hip, and then we'll reach the right arm up by the ear as we come up onto the left knee and shin this time, stay, or maybe see if you can rotate your chest up towards the ceiling a little bit more. Bring the sit bones down, come back to face forward. Let's lengthen that left leg. So both, we're going to come into our Upavishta Konasana, or our wide-legged forward fold, seated. So you can start to bring the hands in front, so that to the inside of the legs. And then once again, see if you can press into the sit bones, get nice and tall. This is fine. Stay here, or start to bring the chest a little bit forward towards the floor, coming into your forward fold. One more breath here. Start to walk the hands towards the hips to lift the torso. We can bring the hands behind the knees and gently bring the knees together. From here, we'll make our way onto our back. So hug the knees in. You can rock from side to side, or maybe in a small circle, maybe tracing a circle on the ceiling with both knees. Make sure you go both directions. And then when you're ready, lower the soles of both feet down to the mat. Let's hug the right knee into the chest. Let's circle that right ankle in one direction and then the other. Come back to stillness. Stay here or reach your left heel forward. And then we'll circle this right knee out to the right. So kind of a half a circle out towards the right. And then we'll reverse the direction. And then bring that knee into the chest once again. From here, you're going to reach the right foot up towards the ceiling. And then just maybe bring it a little bit forward. Let's point and flex that foot gently. And then from here, we're going to keep that leg straight. We're going to let it go off to the right. There's no wall there. And then come back to center, back to face up. We're going to cross it over the midline of the body. So this right hip's going to lift as you reach the leg to the other side. And then we're going to keep moving to reach the leg up. Let's come into our, bring the arms to a T out to the side with the palms facing down. And then once again, let's reach the right foot up towards the ceiling. Let it go off to the right. Come back towards the center, towards the ceiling, up again. Let it cross over the body. And then come back up. All right, this time we're gonna let the leg to go off to the right. See if you can bring it down, so either the foot or the knee is down, or you can maybe grab a block or even your blanket and place that underneath. So arms are out to the side, nice big stretch. One more breath here. Arms are going to face down. You're going to reach that right leg up towards the ceiling. Let it cross over the body to come to the left. And then bend the knee. And now you're going to bring your blanket or block underneath that right knee. Let's reach that right arm out to the side towards the right. See if we can bring that right shoulder blade down. So maybe that right knee's gonna lift. So you're coming into a twist. See if we can make it as comfortable as possible for you. Stay here. Or you can come into a deeper stretch by bending the bottom leg. So you're gonna bend the left knee. And then see if you can reach for your left foot with your right hand. And then maybe reach your left arm kind of in that overhead. Do 2 more breaths here. Start to straighten the bottom leg. We'll bring the arms out to the T with the palms facing down and then reach that right arm up to the ceiling. And then we'll bend the knee. Bend both knees. Let's bring the hands down by our sides with the palms down. We'll take 3 rounds of bridge. So when you're ready, start to lift your tailbone, reach the knees forward and up. On the exhale breath, move down with control. See if you can almost feel yourself pressing each vertebrae down. As you inhale, start to lift up again. Exhale, lower down. One more time, sit. And then lower. Let's knock the knees together, toes and the feet apart. This time we'll come into cactus arms with the palms facing up, and then we'll allow the knees to windshield wiper from one side, and then to the other. When you're ready, come back through that bridge formation, so toe to heel, so the feet, so that the heels are underneath the knees, and then from here we're gonna hug the left knee into the chest, circle that ankle, switch directions, stay here or lengthen your right heel forward on your mat, and then we'll take circles with that left knee. So kind of a semicircle. Going to the left. And then we'll switch direction. We'll once again bring the knee into the chest. From here, we'll reach the left foot up towards the ceiling. Point and flex the foot. Let's bring the arms out to a T. And then keep the toes flexed towards the knee. We're going to let this left leg go off to the left as far as it'll go. And then we'll reach it back up towards the ceiling. Let it cross over the body so the left is going to lift. But then we're going to come back up. Let the leg go off to the right. And then lift it back up. Allow it to cross over the body. So one more like that. Foot to the left. Foot towards the ceiling. Cross over to the right. Left hips going to lift. And then we're going to come back up. This time, we're going to allow the foot or knee to come down. So you might need to bend that knee and then grab your blanket or block and then maybe bring that underneath the left leg. Reach the arms out to the side. Palms can face up and down. In a nice big stretch, makes me feel like I'm a starfish at the bottom of the ocean, and big. We'll bring the palms to face down, so to straighten that left leg, let's reach it up towards the ceiling. Cross it over the body, and then we'll bring it down. So you can grab your blanket and bring it underneath that left leg. Reach your left arm out to the left. So coming into our recline twist. So maybe look over that shoulder if that's okay on your neck. Oh, and then stay here, or once again, you can try bending that bottom knee to the right knee and then reaching for your right foot with your left hand. And then from here, you can reach your right arm up by the ear, arching the spine. So one more breath here. Start to straighten that bottom leg. Let's bring both arms back to a T with the palms facing down. We're going to straighten through that top leg and then reach the left foot up towards the ceiling. And then bend the knee. Let's come back to our bridge formation. So we'll come into our supported bridge. So if you have a block or even a blanket here, as you lift your hips, start to bring your block or blanket underneath your sacrum. And from here, you can stay or lengthen your heels up long on the mat. Maybe reach the arms up by the ears, coming into a nice good stretch. Or you can keep the hands by your sides. Once again, bend your knees and then reach both feet up towards the ceiling, coming to your supported shoulders. Do 3 more rounds of breath here. And slowly begin to bend your knees. So touch both feet down, maybe at the same time. And then lift your hips, remove your block or blanket. Once again, let's allow the knees to knock together, toe heel the feet as wide as the mat. Come into cactus arms, and then allow the knees to windshield wiper from one side. Lift it in. When you're ready, you're going to hug your knees in once again and roll either just side to side, nice and gently, or again in a circle. From here, you can come into happy baby by separating the knees towards your armpits, flexing the feet like you're making footprints on the ceiling, and then reaching either for the backs of the knees or maybe for the big toes through the inside of the legs. Stay here or play a little bit with your happy baby, rolling from side to side, maybe straightening one leg as you roll to that side or anything at all here. When you're ready, you can lengthen your legs out on the mat. You come into your final relaxation pose of Shavasana. So close your eyes, turn your head from side to side. Release any tension in your neck. And then come back to center. Come back to your breath. So from here, let's revisit our 3-part breath. So taking some nice deep inhalations. Again, noticing 3 areas of the abdomen, the side ribs, and the upper chest. Try to breathe into each of these areas in isolation, and then fill all 3 with the inhale breath. So after your next full exhale, you can keep the hands down by your sides, or maybe bring them to your lower belly, and then we'll inhale into this area. Let it out. Bring the hands to the upper ribs and take a nice deep inhale into this area. And then let it out. From here, hands can go to the upper chest, by the sternum as you inhale into this area. And then let it out. And then see if you can, on your next inhale breath, fill the lower belly area about 1/3 of the way. Pause here. Fill the mid or upper rib area about 2/3 of the way. And you'll see I'm pausing for 1 or 2 seconds, and then fill up to the top of your chest. And then see if we can let it out nice and slowly from the top all the way down. And then just continue to take nice deep breaths, but really try to notice these 3 areas of your upper body where your body tends to move the most as you deepen your breath. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. By gentle movement back to the body. So we can wiggle the fingers and toes, maybe roll the wrists and ankles gently. From here, if you'd like, maybe extending the arms up by the ears, zipping the legs together, coming into a nice big final stretch. When you're ready, bend your knees, make your way onto one side and pause here for just a few rounds of breath, maybe noticing the effects of your practice on your body this morning. From here, gently press yourself into a comfortable seat, and we can just unclasp together, taking a few rounds of breath. Let's join the palms at heart center. When you're ready, from here, you can go ahead and float the eyes open. Let's interlace the fingers and turn the palms out. As you inhale, lift the arms up overhead. As you exhale, bring the hands in front of the face. Let's round the back as we bring the hands down. Tuck the chin to the chest. As you inhale, lift the arms up again. Let's see if we can maybe follow the hands with your gaze. So exhale and lower. Maybe rock back on the sit bones if that's available. Inhale and lift. Let's just do one more like that. Exhale and lowering. Inhale and lifting. We'll bend the elbows with the left elbow coming behind the head. Let's take a side bend over to the right. When you're ready, release your right hand down, but you're going to bend your left elbow, bringing your left hand behind your head or neck. As you inhale, look up towards your left elbow as you reach that elbow towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the elbow towards your right knee as you round and twist. Inhale and lengthen out. See if you can maybe follow that elbow with your gaze. Exhale, elbow comes down towards the right knee. One more like that, lifting. Exhale, inhale, and then we're gonna reach that left arm up by the ear. So nice side bend here towards the right, getting long through the left side. Play with your gaze, just make sure you're not creating unnecessary tension here. Arm and neck, bless you. And then as you exhale, lower the top hand down. We'll come into a twist. So press into the sits bones first. And then see if your exhale allows you to twist your belly button a little bit closer to that right knee. So if you can get nice and tall first, and then twist. And remember, we're just starting out, so don't, toe force anything. And then from here, we'll lift the right arm up by the ear. So we'll lean this left knee towards the left shoulder. As you exhale, lower the top hand down. We're going to inhale, both arms overhead, lifting up the t-shirt. Hands can come behind. As you inhale, lift the heart, lift the gaze, drop your head back. And then we'll sit back, switch the cross of the legs, come back to center. You're going to take the opposite interlace of the hand, of the fingers, turn the palms up. As you inhale, lift. As you exhale, lower as you round. Two more like that, lifting, looking up. Exhale and lower. One more time, lift. And lower. We'll lift. Bend the elbows, this time the right elbow comes behind the head. Let's take our side bend over to the left. So the left hand's going to come down by your side. We're going to keep the right elbow bent. Bring the hand to the back of the head or neck. As you inhale, lift the elbow, look up. Exhale, elbow comes down towards the left knee. This time as you round and twist. Two more like that. Inhale. And lengthen. Maybe look towards the elbow. Exhale, the elbow towards your knee. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, the elbow to reach. We're going to inhale, come up. And then reach your right arm up by the ear. So we're side bending to the left, getting nice and low to the right side. And then when you're ready, lower the top hand down. Let's allow this left hand to come a little bit closer to our body as we press into both sits bones again, nice and tall. Exhale as we look over the shoulder. So again, we're trying to see if we can twist the belly button a little bit more towards the left. From here, we'll reach the left arm up by the ear, this time leaning that right shoulder towards the right knee. As you exhale, bring the top arm over the right. And then we're going to once again lift both arms up. We're taking off the t-shirt. This time, let's bring the hands kind of in front of us. Walk the hands forward, coming into a bit of a forward fold. And we'll make our way onto tabletop from here. So find your way onto hands and knees. And if you didn't do so already, move your tops to the side of your mat. And let's bring some padding underneath the knees. So if you have your blanket or towel or anything, if you don't have either, then you can roll up your mats and then bring your knees to that area. All right, let's do a few rounds of cat and cow. So just check in with your tabletop first. Knees are going to be about hip width distance apart, and then make sure your wrists are underneath your shoulders. As you inhale, start to lift the tailbone, drop the belly, look up on the exhale, press down with the hands, lift the chin to the chest, around the spine, come into cat. Inhale. Exhale, press it down. Just a few more like that on your own. So again, making breath movement. And then we'll add on a bit here. So when you're ready, on your next exhale breath, let's tuck the toes and bring the system back towards the heels. As you inhale, come forward, point the toes, keep the gaze down, but allow the shoulders to come ahead of the wrist. So engage your hands. So you can come forward as much as feels okay. So if you like tucking the toes as you bring the sit bone back towards the heels, and then coming forward. A couple more like that. And then let that on. So the next time you tuck your toes and bring the sit bones towards the heels, let's slide the hands towards the knees and then lift the torso. Can we come up into kind of a kneeling? And then we're going to nice and slowly bring the sit bones back towards the heels, reach the arms forward, come back into child's pose. Do that one more time. So we're going to come up into kneeling, touching the toes, bringing the hands towards the hips, and then we're going to bring the sit bones back towards the heel, reach forward, come back into child's pose. Couple rounds of breath here. Let's come back into that tabletop position. We'll do a few pointing dogs. So you're going to reach your right leg out behind you. You're ready, lifted hip height, and flex those toes to point down towards the mat. From here, when you're ready, lift your left arm up by the ear, palm faces in, gazes down, nice and low through your spine. Breathe. So starting to balance. Let's add a little bit of movement here. So take an inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee, round your back, touch the elbow to knee. As you inhale, lengthen the arm and leg. Two more like that. Exhale, round as you bring your elbow towards your knee. Inhale as you lengthen the leg and arm. One more like that. Let's bring the palm down. We're going to step that right foot behind the left. Now let's take the toes of the left foot to the outside of the mat. You're going to start to stack your shoulders nice and slowly. Maybe look up towards the right hand. Let's circle that wrist a couple of times in both directions. So side plank variation, then stay here or reach your right arm up by your ear. So forward towards me. Yep. Nice and low. Getting nice and low to the left side. No, to the right side. And then we'll circle the arm forward and down. We'll make our way back through our tabletop. Let's do some side cat and cow. So bring the hips over towards the right as you look over the left shoulder and then come back to center. We'll go the opposite way. Nice and gently. Let's come back to center in our tabletop. You're going to extend the left leg out and then lift the hip height. Flex the toes to point down. When you're ready, extend your right arm up by the ear. One full breath here. Starting to balance, and then we'll do a full. Take an inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee, round the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, as you round. One more time, lengthen here. Exhale. As you round, we're going to inhale, lengthen. And then bring the hand down. You're going to step the foot behind the right knee. Let's tuck the toes of the right foot to the outside of the mat and then start to stack the shoulders. This time the left arm reaches up. Once again, we can circle the wrist gently. Stay here or reach your left arm up by the ear. So forward. Maybe you lift the gaze. And then let's circle the arm forward and down, making our way back to tabletop. From here, we're going to make our way on to down dog. So you can walk the hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders, touch the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips, pedal your feet out, weighting the backs of the legs. So walk your dog. You can keep your blanket there. We're going to use it in a little bit, but widen your stance a little bit and then start to walk the hands back towards the feet. So we'll end up at the back of the mat. From here, when you're ready, see if you can really start to ground down to rise up nice and slowly, rolling up through the spine. Okay. All right, and then like I said, you could keep your blanket or whatever padding you have, or you can move it out of the way. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the hands to prayer and close the eyes. So, a few rounds of breath here. So try to feel To see if you feel like your feet are a comfortable distance apart. See if you can, with your eyes closed, maybe lift your toes, spread them out. And then notice if you're swaying. Start to sway, exaggerate the sway if you can. So just noticing what happens as you bring your weight forward, leaning forward, maybe you lean back towards your heels, maybe towards one side and the other. And then when you're ready, see if you can come to stillness. And from here, like I said, keep your eyes closed, be very mindful and careful, and take a slow walk forward to the top of the mat. So if you have something there, you can feel for it and just step around it or on top. Be nice and slow and careful, making your way to the top of the mat. And once you get there, before opening the eyes, feel for the top edges of the mat. See if you can come back to that place of stillness. So that Samasthiti or equal standing pose where you feel like your weight is distributed equally on all parts of your feet. From here, we'll come into mountain so you can release the arms down by your sides. Feel nice and tall. And then when you're ready, close down the open. All right, we have room to bring the arms out to the sides today. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms out and up. Let's look up towards the hands. On the exhale, fold forward over the legs, so hands at the hips. As you inhale, lift your chest away from the thighs. So let's bring the hands to the tops of the knees. As you exhale, fold over the legs. As you inhale, reach and rise, arms reach overhead. Exhale, Tadasana. Let's do one more like that. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale as you fold over the legs. Inhale as you lengthen the spine, crown of the head comes forward. As you exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, press through the feet, lift the arms overhead, and then we'll exhale. All right, we're going to move on to step back, so you can step over your block, or you can move it out of the way if you think it's going to stay there. All right, we're going to inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale as you fold once again over. All right, this time we're going to step the right foot back, and then bring that knee down. We're going to come up into a kneeling lunge. Let's bring the arms to cactus. Once again, so elbows are out. So starting to balance here. Let's see if we can maybe lift this front foot. So you might want to lean back. We can lift and balance a little bit. So even for like a second or two. So starting to test our balance out. So don't worry if you feel like you're not doing a good job, because this is meant to be difficult. Okay, and then we'll bring the foot down. We're going to take a twist over to the left. So we're going to twist the whole torso as one. So to twist a little bit towards that bent knee. Let's come back to center. Let's do it 2 more times. So start to twist. And then come back to center. Keep those elbows lifted. One more time, we're going to twist. This time, start to reach both arms out. See if you can maybe bring your right hand to the top of the left knee, and then the left hand might come to your sacrum. Again, see if you can test your balance. So if your back toes are not tucked, see if you can maybe tuck them. Maybe point those back toes and lift the foot. You might even want to reach for it with your hands, really testing your balance out here. Or just reach for the foot. And then we'll bring the toes down. Let's bring the chest to face forward. We'll bring the hands to frame this front foot and then slide this foot back, coming back through our tabletop. And then let's come into down dog. So we'll walk the hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift the knees, lift the hips. All right, from here we're going to take a vinyasa. So you're going to lift your heels, roll over the toes, bring your shoulders over the wrist, coming into plank. From here, we'll bring the knees down, bend the elbows to bring the chest between the thumbs. So move nice and slowly, as slowly as possible. Once you get all the way down, you're gonna untuck your toes, pressing the tops of the feet against the mat. Let's come into a baby forward flow. So as you inhale, start to lift the chin and start to lift the head and chest away from the rest of the body. Exhale, chin comes down towards the mat. Two more like that. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you lower. One more time, we're gonna lift. And then maintain your back bend. Make sure you can lift your hands. Maybe wiggle on your fingers. And then from here, hands come down. Let's press it back into that child's pose. So knees are down. You can widen them if that feels okay. And then keep reaching forward with your arms. Bring your forehead to your mat or your blanket. All right, from here, we're going to take a little side bend. So see if you can move your hips a little bit towards the left as you move the hands to the right. And then you're going to set your left palm on top of the right hand. Look up. Look anywhere that feels okay. So you can look underneath that left armpit if it's okay on the head and neck, or like I said, maybe over the armpit. So notice if you can feel that stretch through the left side of your body here. Let's come back through center. See if you can move your hips kind of to the outside of your right heel. And then we'll walk the hands to the left as you step your right hand on top of the left. Gaze wherever feels most comfortable for you. And notice if you feel like you're getting a nice stretch for the right side. One more breath here. Start to walk the hands back to center, coming back to your child's pose. And we'll come back through our tabletop. But from here, we're going to come into kneeling. So take your time. So you might have to keep your toes tucked, or you might press the tops of the feet against the mat. So see if you can, have a little bit of padding underneath your knees. Let's go ahead and come into camel pose. So bring your hands to the low back. You can have your fingers point up, down, or to the sides, whatever might feel most comfortable for your hands and wrists. If you point them up, you might get more of a stretch. From here, gaze forward. We're going to start to gather our elbows behind us and then start to lift the head, lift your chest, and then drop your head back. Keep pressing your hips forward as you come into camel pose. From here, start to bring the gaze up and then forward as you start to tuck the chin to the chest. Bring your sits bones back towards your heels and reach the arms forward to come back into that child's pose. We'll make our way back to kneeling. This time, the hands just come to the hips. We're going to step the right foot forward, nice and slowly. So again, starting to balance, maybe hovering. All right, and then we're going to toe heel it so that it's actually going to be a little bit off to the right. So can we bring our hands to the inside of this right foot? They can come near the left knee. So, and you can grab blocks as well if that feels okay. All right, let's just start to straighten the leg as we bring the sits bones back towards the heels. And then we'll come forward, maybe allowing that knee to come ahead of the ankle. So let's go back. Forward. You can keep the back toes tucked, or you can keep them pointed, or you can alternate, touching the toes, maybe pointing them. And then we'll come back into this low lunge. From here, we're going to reach the right arm up to the side like a wing, so up towards the ceiling. On the exhale breath, we're going to bring the hand back down to the block, right? And then we're going to press into the hands, put the chin to the chest, and round the spine here. Come back to neutral. And then reach your right arm out to the side like a wing. So we're following the hand with the gaze. Maybe reach the arm a little bit behind you if that's available, but nice and gently. So we're not trying to, overextend anything. And we're going to bring the hand back down. When you're ready, press into the palms, round the spine, tuck the chin to the chest. Inhale, come back to neutral. And then reach that right arm out, maybe back. So let's take a few rounds of breath here. Noticing, can we breathe into the upper chest? Let's bring the hand down once again. You're going to press into both palms around the spine. And then can you feel yourself maybe breathing into your upper back this time, upper and mid back. Take a couple rounds of breath here. Bring the spine back to neutral. We're going to toe heel this foot a little bit closer to the midline of the body. We can keep the hands on the block. So gaze is going to be forward and down. From here, tuck your back toes and lift your back knee. And then when you're ready, you're going to step your back foot forward as you fold over both legs. As we inhale, let's rise up, reach the arms high. And then we'll exhale. To the other side. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale as you fold over both legs. This time on the inhale, we're going to step the left foot back. Let's bring that knee down. And then from here, let's come up into that kneeling lunge. Nice and slowly. Arms can come out to the sides to cactus. So elbows are out. They're lifted about shoulder height. You can have your palms facing forward. And then from here, let's start to lift that front foot. See if we can balance a little bit. Notice the difference here. Can you lift and maybe hover that foot? Even just for a few seconds. It might help if you not lean back, but bring your weight a little bit back towards that left knee. And then when you're ready, let's bring the foot down. So we're back in our kneeling lunge. Let's turn the gaze forward. We're going to take a twist. So we're going to twist the whole upper body as one towards the right knee. Come back to center. Two more like that. To twist towards your chest towards the knee. Come back to center. One more time, we're going to twist and hold. So see if you can straighten your arms, maybe bringing your left hand to the top of your right knee, and the back hand comes to your sacrum. So see if you can turn the gaze over that right shoulder. Stay here, or tuck your back toes. Maybe you point the toes towards the ceiling as you lift the foot. Yes, like you got it. And then maybe reach back and grab your foot with the up, yep. So we're reaching with the right hand. Nice, gently got it. And then if you have your foot, gently release it. Let's come back to face forward. We're gonna have the hands framing the front foot. Let's slide this foot back. We'll come back into our child's pose for a few rounds of breath. We'll make our way back through tabletop and we'll take our vinyasa once again. So from our tabletop, we'll walk the hands a little bit ahead of the shoulders, tuck the toes, lift the knees and hips, pedal at the feet. Maybe come to stillness. Stay here, or we'll take our vinyasa, coming forward to plank, lowering the knees, and then the chest comes all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, chin comes down. Two more like that. Inhale, come up, baby cobra. Exhale. Inhale. Baby cobra, maybe the hands left. Chin comes down. Let's press it back into child's pose. Yes, baby, 2 more rounds of breath here. Coming back through tabletop, make sure you have your blocks nearby so we can use them. But first we're going to come up to kneeling. We'll repeat camel. So I think enough if the toes are tucked, so if you can tuck your toes, go ahead and do so. We'll bring the hands to the low back again and then start to gather the elbows as we start to lift the gaze, drop the head back. Stay here, or maybe see what it would feel like to reach back with your right hand. Try to feel for your heel. Maybe have your fingers touch down, stay here, or maybe reach back with the left hand for that heel. Maybe not. Good job. Nice, you got it. And then we'll start to lift the gaze. We'll drop the sit-bones back towards the heel so you can maybe untuck your toes and reach the hands forward. Bring your forehead down to the mat. So nice about it. Let's make our way back through our tabletop. We'll come to kneeling. This time hands are just coming to the hips. And then you're going to bring your left foot forward. So nice and slowly, see if you can try to balance the knee. Balance the foot. And then we ready, bring it down. Soldier the foot so that it comes to the left edge of the mat. Then we'll grab our blocks. Blocks are going to come to the inside of the left foot to any height that feels best for you. And then we'll start to straighten through the front leg and then bend back into that knee. Nice and slowly. Again, the back toes can stay tucked or untucked so you can move them as you move along. Maybe noticing if you can make these movements a little bit larger each time. You can also move the blocks. Blocks don't have to stay in the same position. Just one more. From here, let's toe heel the foot a little bit closer to the middle of the body. So we're going to bring the blocks to frame the front foot. Gaze is kind of forward of your mat. From here, you're going to tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then step your foot forward as you fold over the legs. As you inhale, rise up, reach arms up. And then we'll exhale to the asana. Okay, you might want to move your blanket just to the side because we're going to step back. And yeah, I don't want it to be in the way. Okay. From here, let's come into chair pose. So bend your knees, sink your hips, reach the arms up by the ears. So you can feel yourself in your chair pose, really using your strong legs. And see if we can take about 3 rounds of breath here. As you exhale, fold over those legs into the hips. As you inhale, lengthen your spine, come up halfway. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down. Let's flip it back to downward facing dog. All right, let's come, so let's reach the right leg out behind us. And then step the foot through, in between the hands. From here, let's keep that back heel spun up. Let's come up into a high lunge. Take your time. So again, starting to balance. All right, let's do that same version of the twist that we did. So let's bring the arms to cactus and see if we can twist the chest towards the right, towards the bent knee. Back to face forward. 2 more like that. Last one. We're going to stay here. So if you can turn the gaze towards the right hand, maybe straighten that right arm. If you need to bring that back heel down, go ahead and do so. We're going to bring it down in a second. So option to bring the back heel down or bring the chest forward first. And then we're going to bring that back heel down. Let's reach the arms up by the ears to come into warrior one. Couple rounds of breath here. Nice. And then reach your right arm forward, left arm reaches back, come into warrior two. You might need to move your back foot back a little bit. Let's try a reverse warrior. Flip your front palm as you inhale, reach back, reverse your warrior, stay here for another breath. Next inhale breath, let's cartwheel the hands down. Bring your front foot, lift the back heel, we'll step it back to down dog. And from here, you can always stay. You can come to a child's pose, or you can float the vinyasa, coming forward to plank, lowering the knees, and then the chest comes down. You can inhale into baby cobra, or come into sphinx, or any choice of back then, and then make your way back into child. 3 rounds of breath here. Then we'll do the other side. So you're going to make your way back into downward facing dog. So you don't have to lift your left leg far. Just lift your foot a little bit. And then as you exhale, step the foot through. You might, give it a little again. All right. And then we'll come up into our high lunge. Take your time. Move nice and slowly. So arms start up by the ears, and then they come to cactus. So feel your upper body getting nice and big. All right, we're going to take a twist towards the left this time. So can you twist the upper body as one? Come back to center. 2 more like that. Nice and slow. And if you can't twist that, that's fine. Just a little twist is great. Anything you can do. And then maybe reach the arms out long. Maybe look over that left, like towards the left hand. Let's come back to face forward. Arms are reaching up by the ears. We're going to step the back heel a little bit forward, back foot forward so we can bring the heel down. Then back into the front knee to come into warrior one. So gazes forward. That's nice. And then reach your left arm forward, right arm reaches back as you open into warrior two. Very nice, guys. Beautiful. All right, well, add a reverse warrior. We're going to flip the front palm, inhale, reach back as you reverse your warrior. Keep bending into the front knee. One more breath. On your next inhale, curve the hands down and frame that front foot. Lift the back heel. Step it back to down dog. Stay or flow. And then we'll all meet in a child's pose. So you can keep the knees wide, keep reaching the arms forward, forehead comes down, or you can keep the knees a little bit closer, and then reach back and cup your heels and press the tops of the hands against the mat behind you, coming more into a little ball. So whatever might feel good for you. I'm going to turn the legs down a little bit. And here you're going to start to walk the hands towards the knees. And then let's swing the legs around. We're going to come onto our backs. Have your blanket nearby, any block. But once you come onto your back, you can hug the knees in, either roll from side to side, or maybe see if you can trace a circle on the ceiling with both knees together. Move in both directions. Maybe circle the knees apart from one another. Go in both directions. So bring the soles of the feet down to the mat. Let's have the hands on by your side. Let's take a few rounds of bridge. So as you inhale, to lift your tailbone, reaching the knees forward and up. On the exhale, lower down with control, pressing each vertebrae into the mat. 2 more like that. Inhale, lifting. Exhale. Lower down. 1 more time, lift. And then you lower. Let's knock the knees together. Toes of the feet as wide as the mat. Once again, come into cactus arms or reach the arms overhead and then allow the knees to windshield wiper from one side. Yeah. Nice and gently. We'll toe the feet back so that the heels are underneath the knees. From here, bring your right knee into the chest and then just move your ankles. So circle the ankle in one direction and then switch. And you can keep it still. You can stay here or reach your left heel forward and then maybe start to circle your right knee out to the side. We'll go in both directions, maybe around 2 or 3 circles in each direction. And then when you're ready, reach the leg up towards the ceiling, the foot up towards the ceiling. Let's point and flex the foot down. All right, from here, flex the foot and then bring that leg, so leg is straight, bring it a little bit forward so that your sacrum is down, and then reach the arms out to the sides with the palms facing down. We're going to allow the leg to go towards the right, but then we're going to keep moving. So we're going to reach it back up towards the ceiling, and then allow it to cross over the body towards the left, so the right hip is going to lift as you do this, but then we're going to keep moving. So reach the leg up towards the ceiling once again, and let it drop off to the right. Let's do that again. So reach it up. Let it cross as that right hip lifts. Come back up. Let it go to the right. And then one more time like that. Let it go to the left. All right, this last time we're going to allow this leg to go to the right. Maybe grab a block or your blanket and see if you can bring it underneath your right thigh or knee so that at least some part of the leg is making contact with the floor. You can bend the knee as much as you need. Arms are onto the sides. You can reach them overhead. So this is a nice big opening stretch. So I said when I do this, I feel like a starfish at the bottom of the ocean, splayed out. The whole ocean floor to myself. We'll do 3 more rounds of breath here. Make sure your arms are out to the sides with the palms down, so then we can start to straighten the leg, reach it up towards the ceiling. We're going to allow it to cross over the body. And then bring your blanket or block underneath that right knee or calf. Keep reaching your right arm out to the side, maybe looking over the right shoulder. So you're coming into a reclined twist. So we're just doing a lot of twisting. This is a reclined version. If you want to try more of a stretch here, see if you can maybe bend your bottom knee, so that would be your left knee, and then reach for your left foot with your right hand. And then you can reach your left arm up overhead by the ear, arching your spine. Nice, then you got it. Yep. You got it, see, almost. One day. So if we use the straps, we can help you. Nice, you got it. Let's do 3 more breaths here. we'll come out of it nice and slowly. So straighten your left leg first, then the right leg straightens. Arms are to the side. We're gonna reach that right leg up towards the ceiling, and then bend the knee, and then the left knee. So back through like a bridge formation. We're gonna hug the left knee into the chest. Maybe circle that ankle. Switch direction. Stay here or lengthen your right heel forward on your mat. And then when you're ready, reach your left leg up towards the ceiling. We'll stretch here. And then reach it a little bit forward so that the sacrum feels like it's down. Just point and flex. And then we'll flex. We'll keep it just gently flex. Arms come out to a T with the palms down. Allow the leg to go to the left. It doesn't have to go all the way. And then up to the ceiling. Let it cross over the body. Left hip is going to lift. And then come back to center. Go over to the left. As much as feels okay. And then come back to center. Go to the right. Back up to the ceiling. And then to the left. One more time. We're going to reach the leg up. And then over. Up. And then over to the left. So you can bend that left knee. See if you can bring your block. So you can bring that leg a little bit forward towards the right heel. And then arms are out to the sides. Nice. And you can also widen the legs a little bit here. If you'd like, have your right toes point to the right and the left toes point to the left. There. Your drunken starfish at the bottom of the ocean, nice and big. One more nice deep breath. Right, arms are out to the sides like a T, palms are down. Start to straighten that left leg and then reach it up towards the ceiling. Let it cross over the body. Maybe grab your blanket or block and then keep reaching your left arm out to the side, looking over the left shoulder. And then stay here or bend the bottom knee, the right knee, and then reach for your right foot with the left leg. So this one might be quite different. And then maybe reach your right arm overhead. But yeah, gazes over the left shoulder. Here's a nice bit, nice twist. Yep, you got it. Very nice job. We'll do 3 more rounds of breath here, nice and slow. So to come out of it, release your foot and then straighten the right leg. Arms are out to the side. When you're ready, reach that left foot up towards the ceiling and then bend the knee, bring it down. All right, from here we can make our way onto supported bridge. So if you have your block, one of your blocks, go ahead and grab it. We'll lift the hips and bring the block underneath the sacrum. So right above the tailbone. And then you have options. You can lengthen the legs along your mat, maybe reach the arms back, coming to this big stretch. Or you can keep the hands down by your sides, by the block, and then maybe start to lift both feet together towards the ceiling to come into your supported shoulder stick. Stay here in stillness, or maybe move any of your joints around in a nice, slow, and mindful way. Flowing with the breath. Let me just right there a little bit more. So 5 more rounds of breath here. So when you're ready, start slowly, start to bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet down to the mat, and then you can lift the hips, remove the block. Once the block comes down, hug the knees in, roll from side to side. You can come into your happy baby, separating the knees towards the armpits, and then reaching either for the backs of the knees or the big toes to the inside of the legs. And then maybe rolling from side to side. Your happy baby. When you're ready, you can release the legs out, allowing your mat to come into your final relaxation pose of Shavasana. Then we can alter the legs down, or up, sorry. And then so closing the eyes, turn the head from side to side, release any tension in your neck. And then come back to center, come back to your breath. So let's repeat that short meditation we did at the beginning of class. So take some deep inhalations. Again, noticing 3 areas of the upper body, the abdomen, the side ribs, and the upper chest. First, try to breathe into each of these areas in isolation. And then see if you can fill all 3 areas with the inhaled breath. Think not only about inhaling air, but about inhaling prana, the cosmic energy. Picture this energy moving up the spinal column from the base of the spine to the top of your head and beyond. Picture a white light sending peace and healing to your mind and body. Let it purify your spirit of any feelings of anxiety. Letting go. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. And invite gentle movement back to the body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And then be mindful of space behind you. You can reach the arms up by the ears if the legs together. Come into a nice final stretch. When you're ready, bend your knees and make your way onto one side. From here, gently press yourself into a comfortable seat, facing navel and class. Just taking a few rounds of breath together. And bring the hands to paired heart center. Learning to let go should be learned before learning to get. Life should be touched, not strangled. You've got to relax, let it happen at times, and then others move forward with it. We'll end class acknowledging that beautiful light which resides within each one of us. So we can bring the thumbs to forehead center as we bow to one another, saying